free, so he may play the hook, put the cue ball in behind the purple ball. Played it nicely, good safety, 1 from 1 in the safety department. You'd be surprised how much of a mess you can make of them shots. Got to hit the cue ball lovely, time it nice, and I don't know if Josh can, yeah, kind of where he stood looking, well he can't, he's looking at the bottom rail, so he's cut out this rail nearest to the cue ball, which is very handy. And coming off this bottom rail, he's going to have to try and arc the cue ball. Let's watch the cue ball arc here. Oh, he's played the DF, which is obviously allowed. You just give up ball in hand. What he's done is he's blocked the pocket for the purple 5. He's banking on Wojciech, playing a poor positional shot from the pink to the purple.
DF, of course, standing for deliberate foul.
I think Wojciech will play for the combination though. Purple 5 onto the brown 7. As long as you hit the lowest ball, if another ball goes in, you stay at the table. Of course, if the 9 goes in, you win the rack.
Even if it's off the break, which happened in his match earlier today.
The racking process from the referee.
Well, it's about 9 hours since his last 16 match against Pelovanovic ended. It looks as though he's picking up with exactly the same groove he had played himself into in that one. This is exactly what he was doing earlier. Very efficient, doing the simple things well, getting it done. And for the 11th time in the 13 racks he's played today, Szewczyk pots the winning 9. He leads Joshua Filler 1-0. Filler was also so good earlier today against Jason Shaw. Raced into a 6-1 lead, and the Scot did get a couple back, but he only won 1 more after that. 10-4, Filler came through. Well, okay, we saw earlier today Szewczyk basically took every opportunity that came his way against Pelovanovic. He was just as effective and efficient with the opportunity he got in the first rack. On the basis of that, this already looks ominous in rack 2 for Filler.
Extension called.
Yeah, it's a 30-second shot clock, but you do get 1 extension of a further 30 seconds to be used at any time you like in each rack. Generally the balls you expect him to pot and the good positional shots you expect him to play and the run-outs you expect him to make. He's a very high percentage of doing them. What do you think?
Yeah, 100%. He's other than, you know, lifting the world 9-ball title or the US Open, you know, the big 9-ball majors, he's knocked on the door a few times, hasn't he? He will not be scared of Joshua Filler. He'll look at this as opportunity. He wants to show the world he's the man. As I said, the biggest asset he's got is he's got a fantastic temperament.
Well, I guess that goes hand in hand, doesn't it, with not making silly mistakes. When he brings a bit of his long game to it as well, and that's operating at a high percentage, he becomes very, very difficult to beat. So he hasn't made the one in the side off the break in either of the first 2 racks, but he's ended up winning both of them. Wojciech Szewczyk leads Joshua Filler 2-0.
Safety shot is not what he intended. Kind of passed the advantage back over to Team Poland. Is he trying to get the cue ball? Well, I thought he might try and go behind the red. It's gone wrong. May try and spin this in with right and go off 1, 2, 3 rails. If not, he'll come back just below the brown 7 off 2. Oh yeah, he can do that. Yeah, there you see.
The last player you want to see building any sort of momentum, getting up ahead of steam against you, is the man in the picture there. That's the way this match is developing now. Szewczyk's measured efficiency was on show early on, but it's in danger of being overtaken here by the inspirational German. Talked earlier about how both of these players made an impact on the world stage at an early age. Filler was on the European Mosconi Cup team, having only just turned 20. He potted the winning 9-ball and ended the week as winner of the MVP. He's still the only player ever to do both of those things on his Mosconi debut.
Yeah, he's seen how he's not happy, but from the overhead it looks okay. Yeah, just a little stunned there.
Well, it wasn't that long ago that he was getting to that stage where he really couldn't afford to fall much further behind. But once this 9 goes down, Filler is going to lead for the first time in the match. 4 in a row for the 2018 world champion. Joshua Filler is now ahead at 4-3.
A little surprised he didn't go for the pot there. Could have cut it in. 3 balls near a pocket. I wonder why he's not gone for the pot.
Extension called.
Yeah, what would be a possible explanation in your view for that?
I can only think he's just behind it and just thought, I don't fancy this. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna stick it up. But, you know, whenever you let your opponent back to the table, you never know what's going to happen. You know, he's playing arguably the best player in the world, and he's jumping over this. He's going to try and pot it. If he doesn't pot it, well, he's scratched. So this time for Wojciech, the safety's paid off.
Yeah, absolutely. A timely intervention, halting the Filler Express that was gathering speed. So Szewczyk gets level again. It's 4-all.
The harder you hit the ball, the more accurate you need to be on the pot. Didn't go in the centre pocket, that's why it stayed over the hole. Not got much of an angle here. And that purple 5 ball. is in the line. He's got to get back up with the red 3.
Extension call.
He'll try and avoid that ball. Yeah, see how he's coming round to look. He's only got a bit of a gap there. And then he's got to watch he doesn't scratch in the corner pocket, which is fairly close to the cue ball now. Watch the cue ball here, he's digging right into this. He'd have liked a little bit more in the cue ball. It's quite a steep angle now. Would be unlike Villa to scratch, but it is on.
So looking to regain the lead. Szewczyk attempted a pot at pace and missed it. And Filler has ultimately made it count. That's 5 of the last 6 racks now for the German. He leads 5-4.
No one else gets into the cue ball as good as Joshua Filler. I can't stress how steep of an angle that was.
I don't think there was any real doubt coming into these quarterfinals that Joshua Filler had emerged as the clear favourite to win this title. That was thrown into a bit of doubt when he was 3-0 down. Now he's showing us a full range. Joshua Filler goes 2 clear for the first time with his second break and run. So Szewczyk, it seems, back to what he's been doing for most of the day. He efficiently goes about the business, mopping up the chance he was left. He's the one coming from behind now. And that leaves him only 1 behind.
Darren Appleton, still a good potter, but his safety game was so good. You know, and he always seemed to play the right shot as well. There's a lot to be said for that. Sometimes you see like Chua jacking up full length, trying to spear the ball in and go viral, but it's a very low percentage shot. Okay, Filler 6-5 up. Break after this rack. And that is the shot he's faced with. He's going into the left middle pocket. Cue ball will be bouncing off the bottom rail, back off the top rail. He needs a flick off the 9 for a shot on the 8, and he's got it. Joshua Filler doesn't need the pool gods to help him out, but he will take it.
Szewczyk closed to within one, but Filler restores the 2-rack gap, and he only needs 3 more to make the European Open semi-finals for the second time. He leads 7-5. What a chance he's got, so we'll keep an eye on that as we return our focus to the main table. Point here. Oh, well, he's kept up those stats of getting the one in the side, but he's also scratched. It's ball in hand, and this is the sort of chance that Filler eats for breakfast.
Right, come off the 9 and then flicked off the brown 7. That will happen time from time. Cue ball hitting bottom side of the 9 and goes into the corner, and the timing could not have been worse for Wojciech. Couldn't have been better for Filler, mind. It's all about the pace, this shot. Little light.
Wojciech, he's been in a US Open semi-final. He's been in a World Championship semi-final. He's been in 2 World Cup semi-finals with Japan. And now he's in the semi-final Open. And he will be the only non-European player in the last 4. He has defeated Lo Ho Sum of Hong Kong in the All-Asian Clash 10-7. And Wojciech goes through to the final day's play, 2 wins away from landing a major title. Daniel Maciol of Poland will be next up for him.
Yeah, just played 2 rails inside the pink 4, just to leave himself this pot. Yeah, you could hear Josh make a bit of a noise as if he wasn't happy with where this has finished, but looks pretty good to me.
Wojciech Szewczyk looked absolutely crestfallen as he returned to his chair after scratching on the break, like a man who knew what was in all probability coming next. And Filler has not disappointed. It's going to be 3 clear again, and this time he's on the hill. Szewczyk's scratched break was his only shot.
He's attacking this ball. You can see the way he's striking the cue ball here. A lot of venom, a lot of anger. He's had a go. And I'll tell you what, he has been unlucky here. Boy, he's been unlucky. That is very, very cruel. I mean, I suppose if you're being very critical, he did hit it too hard. Anywhere centre of the table, he'd have had a shot on the red 3, but what a nice pot, and now he's kicking at this. Trying to pot it in the pocket nearest the 8-ball, and that 8-ball seems to give me the impression it's making the pocket a little bit bigger, meaning the red might hit that 8 and still go in that pocket. He'll fancy this, you know. And looking at that, it is quite a big pocket. Gotta hit this full though, full in the face. Could even fluke it in the other corner as well, you know. Oh, it's unlucky. Well, it's even more unlucky because he's left Filler in here. He was close, wasn't he? Look at where the 3 hits here.
Although he won't be waving the white flag just yet, Wojciech Szewczyk, I think it's fair to say, will not be expecting that he's going to play another shot in this year's European Open.
Yeah, for Wojciech, who started off out the gate, he won the opening 3 racks. And Filler's done what he's done to many a player. If he puts these 5 balls, he's going to have done a number on his opponent.
And his diagonal. Yeah.
Extension called.
It's been good to him this tournament. Got to the quarterfinals in the first year, semi-finals the next year. They were in his homeland. Now the European Open has ventured further south on the continent of Europe to Sarajevo. And Joshua Filler, if he can polish off these last 2 balls, will be around for the last day and with a chance to get back into the winner's circle, where he's been absent for much too long in these matchroom events. Wojciech Szewczyk played so well against Sanjin Pelovanovic earlier today. He started off magnificently in the quarter-final, but Joshua Filler has won 10 of the last 13 racks. He has beaten Wojciech Szewczyk by 10 racks to 6. He will be back tomorrow to contest the semi-final against Pius Labutas, and there's no doubt Filler will enter the last day of this tournament as the favourite.